it's the Sagan from Scientists Say, and if you're hearing elevator music right now, it's because as I'm trying to record this, we are wrapping up our nightly Twitch stream over on twitch.tv/Scientists Say. If you don't check out Scientists Say Radio or Scientists Say TV as we call it, it's usually the Tesla playing Clone Hero, but sometimes we stream other stuff. So yeah, definitely check that out. So anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and mute that while the Tesla wraps up, because we're gonna move into today's Shocktober video. I'm just gonna put that in the middle of the screen because due to technical issues at the location I'm currently at, I won't have the camera on, but I'll be voicing over this entire time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get things set up here, and then we'll talk about what we're gonna do. Okay, so what we're going to do is a prototype for a series that the Tesla and I have long talked about doing called Flat Surface Gaming, which would basically kind of be our take on tabletop. So what I'm going to do is play some Mysterium. I picked up the PC version. So I would do this through Tabletop Simulator to have a true tabletop experience, but I don't have anybody to play with currently, and I've always been curious about the PC version because the official PC version, which you're seeing here, is actually what made it difficult for me to even play Mysterium via Tabletop Simulator in the first place. The mod kept getting removed. I happen to have a copy of it saved, which is the only reason I can play it. But we have actually tried to do this segment in the past, where we literally sat at a table and played board game with the Darwin and a couple other friends. Unfortunately, that footage, which still exists somewhere, one of our friends, and it wasn't the Tesla, was a little too drunk, and we just felt the footage was unusable. That being said, it's something we'll try and do at some point in the near future. We just have to find friends that are willing to be on camera. You know, we can't always do that, and we have to respect their wishes for not being on camera. So anyway, I'm gonna do, well, first of all, I'm gonna turn the music back on so we have a little ambience, but I'm gonna keep it turned down. Okay, and I'm just going to play through the story mode. And so, Mysterium, if you're not familiar with it, is a mostly cooperative board game where you are a group of mediums that have gathered at a mansion on All Hallows Eve, so basically Halloween, and you are attempting to conduct a seance to contact the ghost of the butler of this mansion who was murdered about 50 years prior, something like that. I forget the exact time frame. The story mode may elaborate on that. And it's similar to Clue in that you're trying to figure out who murdered with what weapon in what room within the mansion. But it's different in that you're not basically guessing through a process of elimination. You are given abstract art that's intended to evoke a certain feel towards one of those things, and you're basically all having your own visions, which is what these pieces of artwork represent, and you try and figure out who did what. And as you guess correctly, you move on to the next item until you have all three. Then you all have a joint seance. You have one last vision, basically, and you decide which of the visions that you've all collected is the real solution. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and play the story mode and see what happens. Alright, so I guess with the story mode, there's going to be different cases here. I have not touched this at all. I literally bought this like half an hour ago, downloaded it, set up OBS, and decided to record. So I'm gonna do this by the seat of my pants for Shocktober. Scotland, a cold September night in 1921. Police have just discovered a new body in the small town of Warwick County. The latest in an ever-increasing number of bodies found. Despite the authorities' best effort, fear felt through the townspeople continued to grow. The bodies kept piling up as the weeks went on, and the police weren't getting anywhere. The arrest of a chimney sweep caught red-handed at the scene of the crime made little difference. They would have no memory of the murder he had just committed. He was charged with each of the murders and thrown in prison. The town was relieved to get still. So, wow, okay, this is going faster than I can read. I'll let this finish typing, and then we'll read through the rest of it. Okay. So, where were we? Still the murders continue. Town was relieved thinking they could rest easy. That's the part I sort of didn't read there. The murders still continue. 2 weeks later, a waitress was arrested for stabbing a young local journalist with a butcher knife. He barely survived, and the waitress was sent to prison. Like the chimney sweep, she asserted that she didn't remember a thing. After meeting with them, the parish priest concluded that they had been possessed by evil spirits. It was then that Conrad McDowell, a distinguished psychic from the region, came to settle in the local manor he had recently inherited. Horrified by the recent events, he decided to conduct his own investigation, convinced that the supernatural was key to the mystery. Given the complexity of this case, he called on his fellow psychics, Alphonse de Valcourt, Alma Salvador, Madame Wang, Ardhashtir, and Jocelyn Smith to help. So it's interesting. Those are actually the 6 playable characters within the board game version of Mysterium. The only one whose name I ever remember is Conrad McDowell, because he's the one I always play. As their journey would take several weeks, Conrad decided to meet with the young journalist Nathan Crowley. He claimed to have heard the voices of the dead since the stabbing, which led him to being committed to a mental institution. Conrad was the only one left who believed the young Irishman and used his influence to free Crowley from the institution. He detected psychic talents within Nathan and wanted to take him under his wing to help him conduct the investigation of this troubling series of murders. Alright, you're new to this, but you're going to be fine, so don't worry. Just trust your gut and don't be afraid of anything that might happen. So this is Conrad McDowell. So I have no idea how this is going to play in story mode. I'm totally used to playing this in like the board game version. So I may be going through the tutorial here. This may be completely different. I really don't know. It's not that I'm afraid, sir. A few things would scare me after the short time I spent there. Silent. I'm quite happy to know that I'm not crazy. I still don't understand how this works. Let's see. We will attempt to come in contact with the ghost of the deceased, Mr. Reimer. Or Reimer. You will see where that leads us. Nothing special, really. So just to, like, as a quick example here with what's on screen, like this card behind Conrad here of the magician and these various items, like the card and the ad for his show, or the playing, well, it's playing cards, the other playing cards, his gloves, the magic wand, the stage here, then this here, this abstract piece of artwork is the example of the vision card that we'll see. So something in this might evoke something that would make me think, oh, I'm going after this magician here. So like maybe the wing would make me think a bit of the glove, but more likely there would be something else here. You know, I mean, dove would be something else you'd associate with a magician. You know, pulling a dove out of thin air, that kind of thing. Right. I have a vision. Let's crack the case. Our goal is to help the ghost find his killer by guessing the correct suspect, location, or weapon. This is your outcome. Okay, so I'm playing as this guy, and I have Conrad helping me. The ghost will send vision cards to vaguely hint at who the killer is. Select a small vision card to see the bigger vision on the left. Okay. Okay, so he is, yeah. Okay, so each psychic has their own suspect. Ghost memory is unclear, so you need to help them narrow down the list of suspects first. This vision card is a playdown. Maybe the ghost is hinting at something connected to knives or razors. Find a suspect who relates to the image. When you're ready, hit the choose button on the suspect. Okay, so yeah, we do have like tools, knives, blades. I would actually say that probably hints towards this barber that is obviously supposed to be Sweeney Todd. Because razor blade, saw blade, tools, you know, scissors, that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and choose him. Okay, you only have 2 minutes to make your choice after the ghost gives the vision cards to the psychic. Use your time wisely. Yes. Okay, so I got it right, Conrad got it wrong. So I'll move on, Conrad move on. Okay, so every round the clock there moves forward. We only have until 7 a.m. to solve the puzzle or we lose because the ghost disappears and we'd have to wait another year to connect with him via sound. Is the explanation within the game's rules. I don't know what it's going to say. Great guess, my friend. Now guess the location where the murder took place. I have a vision. Oh, cool. So I can kind of zoom in on it. So, okay, so we're looking at, you know, gargoyle statue, stone. Right away, I'm already thinking, I'm probably looking at the crypt here. Yeah, it's got this giant angel statue. I don't really feel like this connects to any of the others, so I'm going to go ahead and choose it. And I'm wrong. So that sucks. Alright. So that shows I can't be hasty. Alright, so wasting time. Alright, I've been given 2 other visions here. So yeah, that's the thing. It's like these are really fucking abstract. So now I'm more leaning towards this room possibly because we do have a statue here of like the cat, which is similar to the one we see here. There's an elephant. We got an elephant. Yeah, music box. We got the Victrola plus another box here. I mean, again, maybe getting ahead of myself. Pretty much feeling this one now at this point. I jumped ahead because statue. It makes me think of that one, you know. But you gotta remember, like, none of these mean any particular card when they're played. It's all up to interpretation, and especially when you're playing with friends, like how they think you're going to react to something. So, okay, so we're both correct, and we move on to the next round. Sorry, just trying to figure out how this UI works a little bit. Oh, so the crow here in the game, the player is the ghost would use that to indicate they're shuffling their vision cards. I wonder if that allows me to get another vision or something. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we got this guy running down the hall. He's running from a giant knight with a giant sword. I'm really feeling like that's headed toward the switchblade or the razor blade here, and this really doesn't have anything to do with it. But also having the barber kind of makes me feel that way too. Although that can really have nothing to do with it. But I don't see anything that makes me think of any of the others either. I don't see anything that would indicate, you know, a sharp needle, which would be the med kit here. Uh, yeah, if it was a big heavy item, I might think it was the iron or the dumbbell. But the big thing that's jumping out at me is the sword, and the closest we have to that would be the razor blade, so I'm going to take it. And we were both correct. Okay, so here's what I came up with. Now that you've narrowed down the list of possibilities with your fellow psychics, it's time to find the circumstances of the murder that took place. One of these combinations tells the true story of the murder. The ghost gives you 3 hints. Each card represents a suspect, a location, or a weapon. Choose wisely. You only have one try to guess correctly. Select the culprit you think is right, and use the choose button. But the secret, you'll not be able to use chat during this phase. Okay, so I came up with Sweeney Todd in the study, let's call it, with this straight razor. Conrad came up with the magician in the crypt with the medkit, presumably poison. So we got this lion on a bow, which kind of is evoking the lion statue there. We got these foreboding eyes and a bunch of axes, which could be representing, tools again. Could also, we have the knight here, which could again, be the razor blade. Some of this could be evoking stuff from Conrad's vision. I'm thinking it's mine now, because the lines got me thinking of the statue here, and I don't connect that to any of the others. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my own here. And apparently Conrad feels the same way as well, because he has also voted for this one. So let's see, find out who the culprit is. Aha! The winner is me. Okay, that one was pretty simple and straightforward, but this is like the tutorial, so perhaps the next one will be more difficult. In the Crowler's Journal, September 1921. That was quite a disturbing night. With Mr. McDowell, we established a link with the spirit of the deceased Mr. Raymer. The murder of this local nobleman had remained unsolved by the police, but we were able to discover the culprit thanks to the spirit. It was the town barber, Mr. Boyd. Like the others, he has no memory of the night of the crime. Perhaps we could solve this mystery by questioning the spirits of the other victims. Alright, let's play through the next one. Mythic Crowler's Journal, September 1921. Today, Mr. McDowell and I went to the train station to meet Mr. Alphonse de Bellecour. The two men are longtime friends, and his help will be invaluable in solving this case. Mr. de Bellecour is a famous numerologist and French aristocrat whose fame extends beyond borders. The death of his brother during the Great War devastated him, which led him to seek comfort in his mathematics research. He discovered that numbers can have remarkable properties for those who can decipher them. His abilities and presence are impressive. I look forward to seeing his mastery of numbers in action during the next seance. Conrad maintains that you are a promising psychic. Tonight we will continue your trading. Sorry, I decided in the middle of that he needs to have a French accent. It's a great honor to work with both of you. We're glad you realize how lucky you are. Begin without further ado. Let's begin. Okay. This case is quite difficult. To help the ghost, you must earn clairvoyancy points. The more clairvoyancy points you have, the more vision cards you'll get to see once it's the case. Okay, so now that there are more players, it's enacting another rule within the game, which is every time you guess correctly, you gain a certain number of clairvoyancy points, and then that helps you in the final phase of the case. Yeah, you will earn clairvoyancy points by finishing the case quickly or by voting on other players' votes. This icon here means the psychic has chosen their card. Select the icon to see their choice and Right, so he's going for the Scottish bagpiper. Drag the green token to the psychic icon. Either it's a choice, or the red one if you don't. Okay. So he's got this card. So when you play, normally your clairvoyancy card or your vision cards are face up. So he's got this card. I'm not seeing much that evokes the bagpiper to me. So I'm gonna say he's wrong. Conrad, on the other hand, yeah, I think he's right with what he's got here. Okay, so I've got two cards here. got a lot of like big heavy machinery. As well as a bridge. Possibly thinking watch repair woman? Possibly the stonemason? But I'm feeling, with this one, I'm feeling this one. And apparently we are all correct. So I get a point, Conrad being correct. I do not get a point for Alphonse being correct, since I thought he was wrong. Good guess. The more equivalency points you earn, the more return cards you get in the last phase of the game. All equivalency tokens replenish at the start of turn 4. Yeah, so as I spent 2 on this turn, those are gone now. But I'll get them back once we hit hour 4. Alright, so... yeah, I could see that possibly being correct. Outdoors, kind of the field, look at the flowers. This one, Conrad. Yeah, I mean, you've got like what looks like open water, and he's got the only pool. So I'm gonna hedge my bets here. I'm gonna say for sure Conrad is correct. I'm gonna not vote on Alphonse. Okay. Now we can both vote for the same card. Because he could be wrong, and this could be the one I need. Since both of these have water in it, I'm very tempted to go with it. It also could be the wine cellar here. Ooh, running out of time. Gotta make a decision. Fuck it. Can I take this off? Good. I'm going with this one. I think he's wrong now that I saw my own cards. Yep, I'm right. He was wrong. Shit, I should have thrown the wrong one on there. Damn it. Oh well. Okay. Since I'm gonna get my cards back soon, I'll probably use both of them this turn. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking he's right on that one. Because you got the lamp here, which kind of evokes the candles, plus the bear trap. That's pretty straightforward. This is probably right, but I'm going to go ahead and throw the wrong one on it, because worst case scenario, I get another point. Alright, let's see what I got. Shit, I'm tempted right off the bat to go with the fork, because, I mean, there's literally a fork right there. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Hey, what do you know, we're all right. So yeah, I got a bunch more clairvoyancy points for that. And I got my, my tokens back, so. Alright, so. Now I have to vote on them because I'm already at the end of the game. Okay, I don't see anything here that really evokes rope for me. So I'm going to say Alphonse is wrong. Really not seeing anything that evokes the iron here either. Except maybe the ribbon. So I'm going to say he's wrong too. Yeah, shit, they're both right. I didn't get any points for that. Oh well. should have enough that I get to see all the cards for the final round. Ooh, maybe I only get to see 2. That sucks. Yeah, so I only get to see 2 out of the 3. That's okay. So we got ropes here. I'm also seeing a lot of floaty stuff, like we got the balloons here. And, you know, we are in a forest here, sort of. I can't know for sure without seeing that, but I'm feeling that it's probably the bagpipes because of that. Currently, we all feel that, so hey, it's the right answer, and I win. Cool. Those gates. How wrong I was, thinking Mr. de Belcourt was cold and arrogant man. He is flawlessly focused and of remarkable intelligence. Thanks to his psychic gifts, we solved this case. It was Mr. Millen, the bagpipe player, who murdered that poor stranger as he walked through the woods near town. I still can't believe this sort of thing is happening here. Combining our efforts has at least allowed the victim's soul to rest in peace. Alright, let's see how far we are in here. Half an hour? I'll play one more if you guys are enjoying this. I would like to actually do this one tabletop, though. It's a real fun one to play, so I may do this through tabletop later next time if I do this. Let's just kind of throw something different in to break stuff up during Shocktober. I don't want to just be doing, you know, one Let's Play the entire time. If you're enjoying this, let me know in the comments. I always like to do something a little different, and I really love this game. So. Alright, this is Alma Salvador, arrived from Spain today. What an interesting woman. She told me her story. Orphaned as a child, she was brought up in a convent. She realized her psychic gift at 8 years old when she found a pendulum left behind by a visitor. She used her gift to find families with the other orphans until the nuns learned of her activities and expelled her for witchcraft. She could find the soul of any human being. She told me something strange. She said that my soul seems different from the others, that a mysterious power seems to come from. She must tell me more during our next seance. Do I have 4 players now? Because that would be interesting. No, only 3. Tonight's case is very difficult. I already tried to contact the ghost. The victim was a sailor from Finland. We need someone who could channel the spirit to strengthen his presence, but none of us have the talent to do so. You're wrong, my dear Conrad. I could feel that Nathan has a very strong connection to the hereafter. I suppose his near-death experience must have affected it. The moment I arrived, I felt a strange aura around me. Wait, what are you talking about? Am I missing something? You want me to get possessed by the ghost of the sailor? No one can make you do this, Nathan. However, if we want to find the killer, we don't really have a choice. Oh, sorry, I forgot the French accent on that one. Madame Salvador, is this true? Oh, perhaps I'm playing as Conrad this time because I'm not even in the players over here. Unfortunately, yes, my dear. Let's see. I'll do it. Close your eyes and listen to my voice. When you wake up, you will be on the other side. Don't fret, my dear boy. I will guide you. You will hear us talking, but will not be able to speak yourself. The land of the dead is the land of silence. Oh, I wonder if I'm playing the ghost this time. Ah, okay. This is cool. I wondered how the ghost would work. Okay, so I have to get her to pick the Bobby. I'm glad I went for another case here, because now you guys can kind of see the other side of this. Okay, let's see what, if anything, we have that evokes the Bobby. That is sort of the... So the only thing I could think to do is give her the cannon, because cannon's like a gun and we have bullets here. Okay, so he needs to be able to see the chef. Tempted to give him either the rat or the death-eating apples. I'll give him the apples since it's clear food. Okay. And he needs the doctor with the first aid kit. Boy, that's a tough one. It's going really abstract to the point that I don't know if the game will get it, but I'm gonna, like, you know, the fangs of the snake. Apparently they all picked the correct one, maybe. No, they did not. Well, Conrad did. Okay, so Conrad needs this. So I need something that's like outdoorsy. Which would probably be this one. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna give him this one because it's got cheese in it. It's another food source. I could give them multiple cards, I'm just not feeling that right now. Yeah, I'm gonna give him this one, see if it gets him to go for metal. Hey, they all got it right. Cool. Okay, so Conrad needs the pistol. I can't use the crow to get myself some new cards. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna come back to him. Alright, I'm gonna give him this one since it's sort of, you know, a cave type thing, similar to the crypt there. This is where it becomes tough to be the ghost. Like, these are so abstract. It's like, how do I convey the message? And I don't know how the AI, interprets this. If it's just a crapshoot. But I'm not getting that one. It's really not the best, but better than nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna give him this one because it's got metal in it, and the gun's made of metal. Like, that's really the closest I can do. And honestly, that'd probably send me after the typewriter were it me, but it looks like you went for the gun, so they all went for the correct thing. Hell yes. All right. Anything that evokes wood? Maybe that. It's too bad that nobody's after the typewriter. That would be an obvious one. Yeah, I give him that one. And then... yeah, I think I have to give him that one for rope. Yeah, I'm not getting rope out of that one. Alright, let's see. Nope. It went for poison. Oh, well, he got it right. She went for poison. It's okay. I've got 2 more turns to get this, so... give her that one. That one, because it's also got, round on it. I'm going to vote the round shape. Yay, she went for it. Okay, suspect lamp. Okay, so it's telling me which one is the real one, and I have to figure out how to evoke those. Okay. Okay, right off the bat, I kind of want to do this one for the gun. I'm going to do this one for the location because, you got birds here and it's outdoors. What can I do for the comp himself? Yeah, that one I'm a little stumped on. Alright, I'm going to throw out the rat. It doesn't really match, but it's something. I feel the other 2 are stronger. Hey, they all went for the right one. I did my job. Nathan Crowley's Journal, September 1921. Mrs. Salvador brought me back to the world of the living, and I couldn't remember anything. It was Mr. McDowell who told me what happened. Mr. Marple, the police inspector who saved me after my attack, turned out to be the culprit. He shot the poor Finnish sailor 3 times. Once again, the murderer couldn't remember a thing, just like me after that seance. All I can remember are the fleeting sensations, coldness, fear. I hope I'll never have to relive that experience. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I hope you all enjoyed this one. Hopefully we can sort of develop Flat Surface Gaming into an actual segment that we can do every once in a while. And next time we'll be doing it on an actual table with people. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, or at least enjoyed a look into Mysterium, which is definitely one of my favorite board games. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this Shocktober video. And until next time, you stay classy, Internet.